Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Janelle Norville. This edition's top stories. Government implements a host of measures designed to improve the socio-economic standing of nationals. PAHO ramps up efforts to secure vaccines for the Americas as the COVID death rate climbs. And NEMO expresses gratitude to Saint Lucians for their caring spirit and charitable deeds. The government of Saint Lucia continues to demonstrate its commitment to providing relief to the people of Saint Lucia, particularly the most vulnerable. During the launch of the National Housing Assistance Program, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip J. Pierre announced a number of initiatives which have been undertaken by the government with a view of assisting the poor and underprivileged in Saint Lucia. The Prime Minister explained that some $2.6 million has been secured to provide financial support to parents for the payment of school facility fees.
We got $2.6 million to pay facility fees for all the students of the country. And I want to thank the officials of the Ministry of Finance for buying into that vision and making, and in real trying times, making that facility available so we can support and pay the facility fees for thousands of parents to support their children. Thousands. And whilst I'm there, at the end of the month, we hope to be able to pay CXC fees in English and Maths. English A, I was told to say, English and Maths for the children who are sitting the CXC exams in June.
Honorable Pierre also indicated that a new payment schedule for individuals who are beneficiaries of the Public Assistance Program has been implemented to ensure the funds are received in a timely manner.
Agreed and decided that the people who get public assistance, again, the $250 to the lady with the child with autism, and the lady who lives in the Georgia's Boulevard, places we pretend to forget. The $250 that they get every month. I've asked the officials of the Ministry of Finance that when the civil servants get their salaries, please ensure that these people get their $250 together with the civil servants.
The government has also extended the vehicle concession made available to frontline workers until September 2022. Additionally, with the aid of telecommunications company Flow, the government has made available to some 5,000 households a home communications relief bundle.
We have discussed and got the approval of Flow to initiate what is called the Home Communications Relief Bundle, which will provide relief to 5,000 households that will pay $20 a month with no installation costs, and they will receive the following package from Flow: broadband, one modem, a fixed line to include 100 local Flow fixed minutes, and 10 TV programs, religious and other channels, and they will get a box. 5,000 households in Saint Lucia working with Flow will get that privilege.
Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre further disclosed that St. Jude Hospital is in dire need of improvement, and as such, the government will spare no efforts in ensuring individuals receive the best possible care. In that regard, the government will soon make a major announcement on the St. Jude Hospital. Speaking of healthcare, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs has welcomed a donation of dental equipment and medical supplies from the U.S. charity organization Great Ship Inc. Members of Great Ship Inc. are on island for the annual 1,000 Smiles Community Dental Clinic. Here's Homer DeMark.
Great Shape Inc., a charitable organization founded in the United States of America, has donated personal protective equipment and dental equipment to Saint Lucia. The donation received by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs included isolation gowns, face masks, coveralls, and KN95 masks. While in Saint Lucia, the entity will provide free dental care and education to over 1,000 Saint Lucians at a value of US $750,000. During a handing over ceremony, Executive Director of Great Shape Inc., Joseph Wright, expressed the organization's commitment to improving the health and well-being of Saint Lucian citizens.
We are here in St. Lucia today making a donation to the Ministry of Health because we ourselves received a huge blessing from the International College of Dentistry in PPE. We're very well supported in the U.S. with our work to help serve those in need. And we're very pleased to be able to share our blessings with the Ministry of Health and eventually the people of St. Lucia. This is our 6th year here in St. Lucia doing dental work, partnering with the Ministry of Health. Sandals Foundation, Sandals and Beaches Resorts donate their rooms to our volunteers for free. Mr. Stewart was a huge advocate of this program, a patron and sponsor over the years. And so we're incredibly blessed to be here. It's a perfect partnership. I call it an extraordinary partnership for good. Ministry of Health, Sandals Foundation, Great Shape Inc. And today we're donating about $20,000 US worth of PPE and dental supplies and equipment to the ministry for continuing the amazing work that they do, year round. And we're just super pleased to be here partnering with the Permanent Secretary today and Dr. Ephraim. It's a huge honor, and we're very humbled every year to be welcomed. There's nothing greater in life than to be able to give of your time and your services. So anybody out there who has a chance to volunteer, I encourage you to do it because we are all everyday heroes.
Receiving the donation on behalf of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Permanent Secretary Benson M. Mills said the timely donation will bolster St. Lucia's efforts in the fight against COVID-19.
It is coming at a challenging time, and I applaud your effort and the effort of your team in sourcing that equipment, and being resilient in traveling to St. Lucia, during these challenging traveling times, to donate it to us. You're also here on the occasion of supporting our dental program by providing dental services for the next 2 weeks. And we're grateful for that. You've been with us for 6 years, and we appreciate extremely the contribution, in that area.
Great Shape Inc., through its 1,000 Smiles project in partnership with Sandals Foundation, recently held a dental clinic at the Entrybo Human Resource Development Center. Several dentists are in St. Lucia to provide services to the St. Lucian population, and during their visit, 1,000 toothbrushes, toothpaste, and floss will be provided for distribution. Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs Honorable Moses Jabatis expressed appreciation to Great Shape Inc. for its contribution to St. Lucia's health sector.
This Great Shape Inc. Organized activity is really wonderful. There are so many people from St. Lucia here, especially from the Castries Basin, who are getting services. Children, young people, the elderly, who are getting dental services. And I'm so pleased to see the number of people who are here today and the great service which is being provided. I wish to thank Dr. Ephraim and the local team on the ground, and also the team which has organized this activity from Great Shape Inc. It is wonderful to see the kind of volunteerism which is here, and we continue to thank them for their service to St. Lucia.
Sandals Foundation for the past 6 years has supported the work of Great Shape Inc. in St. Lucia. Public Relations Manager with Sandals Foundation, Judy DeTurville, expressed elation to continue to facilitate the charitable organization during their endeavors in St. Lucia. From the Government Information Service, Hilmadi Mark reporting.
The Caribbean continues to battle new waves of COVID-19 and the introduction of new variants. Director of the Pan-American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, says although the region recorded a drop in COVID-19 infections in the last month, cases remain high. In fact, in the wider hemisphere over the last week, 1.2 million COVID-19 cases and 24,000 COVID deaths were reported in the Americas.
Across the Caribbean, infections are going down overall, although Cuba and Bermuda continue to report high rates of new infections, and Barbados saw cases increase by nearly 75% over the last week. In Central America, while cases are decreasing throughout the subregion, Costa Rica continues to see high rates of hospitalization and ICU bed use. Hospitalizations have also jumped by 2/3 in Belize. In South America, while countries are continuing to see a drop in infections, Chile is seeing a jump in new cases, driven primarily by outbreaks in urban centers like the metropolitan region of Santiago and the port cities of Coquimbo and Antofagasta.
While vaccination remains the most effective method of combating the virus, the region continues to register low vaccine uptake rates. Jamaica, Nicaragua, and Haiti are yet to achieve 10% vaccination coverage. This is due to many factors, including the unavailability of vaccines. The PAHO director indicated that the regional body is continuing efforts to secure vaccines to be made available to the region.
In just the past week, 875,000 vaccine doses arrived in countries across Latin America and the Caribbean. But we know these are not enough to protect everyone. So we continue to urge countries with surplus doses to share this with countries in our region where they can have life-saving impact. Let me assure you that PAHO is doing everything it can to accelerate vaccinations in the Americas, from delivering COVAX doses, to supporting donations, to purchasing vaccines on behalf of our region, and establishing a platform to ramp up vaccine manufacturing in our region. I am pleased to announce that PAHO has already closed agreements with 3 emergency use listing authorized producers: Sinovac, Sinopharm, and AstraZeneca. We are now in conversation with our member states that want to use this alternative for direct purchasing through the revolving fund. We now have vaccines from Sinovac and AstraZeneca available this year, and also from the 3 producers to 2022.
COVID-19 has caused a loss of $4 trillion in global GDP, and that amount is expected to increase. The COVID-19 pandemic has without doubt had significant socio-economic impacts the world over. The United Nations has noted that the restart of tourism will help kickstart recovery and growth, as the tourism industry is the main revenue earner for many countries, especially within the Caribbean region. It is for this reason that the World Tourism Organization mandated that World Tourism Day 2021 focuses on tourism for inclusive growth. The Ministry of Tourism, as part of activities to commemorate the day, held a panel discussion with stakeholders in the industry. Panelist Tourism Officer in the Ministry of Tourism, Samantha Charles, highlighted some of the challenges faced in the preparatory phase for the reopening of Saint Lucia's tourism sector.
Going back to preparation of protocols, one of the things that required from a lot of our tourism service providers is submission of a COVID action plan that would guide their operations. So, a lot of the times having to review those plans and getting the necessary feedback in a timely manner, because as we could all understand, time is money. So, there were some delays which would inhibit the operators' opportunity to actually resume operations as they would have liked to. And, it would be a little ticklish situation. But again, going back to the assistance and the collaborative efforts, we were able to mitigate against that challenge and a few others in terms of really helping our operators to get back on their feet. And also ensuring that there was a level of understanding among the operators.
General Manager of Bellevue Hotel, Dean Laforce, explained that while the hotel is currently confronted by many challenges, he is confident that the situation will improve.
September 1st was our very first opening. Of course, we did not start strong. The rest of the year doesn't look strong either. But what we have noticed since we've opened our doors, if you're open, you're being published, the people will come. And we have seen very small spikes in our occupancies, which is great news. So just being open for the first 29 days is already seeing good signs. And of course, we must commend the hotels that actually were brave enough to pave the way to keep Saint Lucia as a destination afloat when they actually was brave enough to open the doors in the middle of a pandemic.
Sufra Regional Development Foundation's Operations Manager Lester Casabon highlighted that his hope for the future is greater tourism linkages with all other sectors.
There is opportunity for expansion, for growth, for development of the industry. There may be other areas that we need to look at that we have not probably placed enough resources in there and create some level of capacity for it. I think our vendors, they have taken a heavy hit from COVID. We need to revisit them, establish certain, if it's a matter of craft sites or certain sites under the protocols to help them, especially in the South. In Sufre, where we've had many of the vendors have just basically kind of disappeared. So we need to get them back on board, and we're very focused in doing that and enabling them to be part and parcel of what tourism offers economically. In November, I know we're supposed to have our first cruise lines coming into Sufre. So we're very much in advanced stages of establishing all the make sure our health protocols and the systems are in place to facilitate that. But as part of that, enabling that everybody somehow, those cross-sectoral persons are able to get a piece of the pie.
World Tourism Day is commemorated annually on the 27th of September. This is NTN Nightly. Primus Hutchinson is off. Stay with us. When we come back, ensuring financial empowerment through education.
I got the COVID-19 vaccine to safely return to my dance class.
I wanted the vaccine because I really missed being at school.
I got vaccinated so that I can go visit my grandparents without having to worry about them getting ill.
I asked my mom to be vaccinated after reading and realizing this was the best way to keep my family and friends protected.
We all look forward to doing the things we love once more. The COVID-19 vaccine gives us this hope.
The vaccine is protecting us
and will protect you too.
Vaccinate. For you, for yours, for us.
Welcome back. The National Emergency Management Organization is expressing immense gratitude to the Saint Lucian populace for their contribution to the organization's response efforts to emergency situations in Saint Lucia and the region. The most recent act of charity came from a returning national who has provided an array of supplies to NEMO. Doreen Gustav is the director of the National Emergency Management Organization.
We have seen an outpouring of support to NEMO by the corporate community, our citizens, our returning national. We have a returning national who made a contribution of assortment of items to NEMO. She and her son felt it was necessary to give back to the country, and we would like to thank you. All of those who've assisted us with our response to Haiti, to St. Vincent, we say thank you very much.
The NEMO director is appealing to the public to continue supporting recovery efforts in Haiti as the island recuperates from the effects of recent natural disasters compounded by the effects of COVID-19.
The bank accounts were put out there for your support, and we want you to continue donating through that means. And we have the First National Bank account number 6002760, Republic Bank account 202817, Bank of Saint Lucia account 9013000136, First Caribbean International Bank account 1069627170.
Ms. Gustav encourages Saint Lucians to remain caring and supportive, especially in this challenging time. The Bankers Association of St. Lucia is celebrating 19 years of Financial Information Month with the rest of the ECCU. The collective group of financial institutions held a small meeting at FCIB to announce the theme and schedule of activities for this year's observation of FIM. We have more in this report by Ross Daniel.
Financial Information Month has been observed annually in October since 2002 as an initiative of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank in collaboration with member governments, financial and academic institutions, and other public and private sector institutions. This year's theme for the campaign is Financial Empowerment Through Education. According to the ECCB Agency Manager for St. Lucia, Everton Seeley, in response to the impact of the global pandemic, the area of focus will be based on innovation in the face of adversity. Recover, respond, rise.
This year, as was the case last year, we are very proud and elated to have teamed up with our core partners, the Bankers Association of St. Lucia, to put on a month of activities aimed at financially empowering our people through education. We hope to have a very successful FIM, and we encourage everyone to join in making the month a success by joining the activities, most of which will be virtual, participating and sharing the links, and most of all, sharing the knowledge gained.
While the Bankers Association of St. Lucia comprises of 10 members, 4 of which are banks and 6 non-bank financial institutions, organizers are encouraging all of corporate St. Lucia to participate in the initiative to help the nation's economy to innovate in the face of adversity, recover, respond, and rise.
And over the years, we have been very, very active in supporting the Financial Information Month, recognizing the important role that it plays in educating our customers and the residents, not only in St. Lucia, but in the region. Last year was a very exciting year for us as it occurred in the midst of the pandemic. And one of the aspects of Financial Information Month is really driving the whole issue of digital education.
According to Mr. Julian, businesses should adapt and begin to equip themselves for the digital way of life.
Meetings, doing business, entertainment, everything has gone digital. And I believe that as a key member organization within the system, the economic system and the financial system, we have a very important role to play in encouraging persons to become much more comfortable with the digital way of life.
The Bankers Association has put together a schedule of activities for the month of October in observance of FIM. Some of these activities include promoting and sensitizing the public on online banking solutions, virtual financial literacy sessions, and the association's signature event, the regional webinar scheduled for the 20th of October, offering advice for small businesses to stay afloat.
As part of our corporate social responsibility, weekly donations will be made to the homes for the vulnerable, elderly, and less fortunate. We're looking forward to an exciting month of sensitizing our communities and helping them to prosper.
The association is soliciting the participation of everyone in helping make this year's observance of Financial Information Month a success. Reporting from the Government Information Service, Ross Daniel.
We now take a look at the weather.
Sunrise, Friday, 5:53 a.m. Weather forecast over the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from the east near 20 miles per hour or 31 kilometers per hour. Skies will be cloudy with scattered showers, which may be heavy in some areas, and isolated thunderstorms. Residents and motorists in areas prone to flooding and landslides are asked to exercise extreme caution. Seas, moderate to locally rough with waves 5 to 7 feet or 1.5 to 2.1 meters. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise caution due to brisk winds and locally rough seas. Elsewhere, partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy at times with a few scattered showers. A tropical wave, together with an upper-level trough system, will continue to cause cloudiness, showers, and thunderstorms mainly over the southern half of the Eastern Caribbean region during the next 24 hours. A surface trough located over the central tropical Atlantic is drifting slowly westward and is expected to affect our region over the weekend. A second tropical wave located over the eastern tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour.
That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the Saint Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I am Janelle Norville.